things, right? Myself, I like to mix club soda with a little bit of fruit juice or something like that, and it makes for a very exciting fruit juice drink. Club soda, people. Table salt. Ordinary table salt. Whoa! Did you guys see that?
Oh, yes.
You guys see that? Now that's got even more pizzazz. That's even more exciting. We added a little bit of salt to something that was exciting, and it got even more exciting. It's a metaphor. In case you were wondering. It surprises you, doesn't it? It kind of surprises you. You pour that salt in there, and it really lights up, and it really adds a lot of life, and it adds a lot of laughter. So salt. Let's go back to the salt. Have you ever eaten a really boring diet? maybe you've been prescribed a boring diet, or maybe you flat ran out of money and you had to eat a boring diet. When I worked in Bolivia all those years ago, over and over again, the only thing that we ever got for lunch would be cold rice mixed with cold potatoes. And then sometimes, if we were really lucky, we got cold lentils on top of it. So try eating that over and over and over again. You begin to appreciate anything that will liven it up. Salt became my friend. In various formats, salt became my friend. You can feed yourself on cold rice and cold potatoes. You won't starve, but you aren't exactly thriving. You aren't inspired. And at the time of Jesus, most people ate pretty bland diets most of the time. Probably parched and boiled grains, a few vegetables if they were in season, fish from time to time. Meat was incredibly rare, and so it was a pretty bland diet. And at the time of Jesus, salt, which we really take for granted nowadays, wasn't very easy to come by either. It took a lot of work to obtain. It was only in certain places, and it had to be trucked. Well, not trucked, but caravaned long distances to get it to people. So for the people who listened to Jesus, salt was really valuable. Salt was really precious. Salt was something that made life more exciting, that made life more fun to live in. Jesus says, you are the salt of the earth. You make things lively. You are inspiring. You make things happen. You liven things up. You can take things that are exciting and make them more exciting. You can take things that are bland and make them come to life. Just keep being salt. If salt isn't salty, well, then it isn't salt. And if you aren't inspired or being inspiring, well, then you aren't you, and we aren't us. The metaphors just don't stop today. Maglite, right? I bet a bunch of people in here will recognize this. Maglite. I bet you I'm not the only guy in here who owns a Maglite, or the only woman. I'm looking at my police officer over there. These are very handy. I keep this in my garage. I bet you a lot of you have one in your car or in your camper or something. And this one's running a little low on battery, so it doesn't have the blinding light that it usually has. But this is a very handy thing, actually. It's big and easy to find, and then it's a really bright light, and you can look under things, and you can find different stuff. But these things, not just Maglites really anyway, will do all kinds of stuff. So you can, if you're lost, swinging back and forth out in the woods or somewhere until somebody finds you. I was taught in Boy Scouts how to do SOS. Right up there. says, "You are the light of the world. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to the whole house, to all in the house. You bring light to dark places." Yes, that's true. But you aren't meant to just do it for yourself. You are to light everything. And in particular, you are to help others find you. You are to help others find the light of Christ. Salt, inspiration, excitement, enlivening, and light. Light to help us find the way, light to help others find us. Light to help others see that we are healers in the world. Our annual meeting is today. And in 1 month, your Bishops' Committee, of whom you will elect nearly half the members today, will meet in retreat to seek God's vision and God's mission for St. Stephen's. And you're going to elect Bishops' Committee members who will be doing that today. You will also elect diocesan convention delegates today, who will meet in the fall to try and help our diocese find God's will and God's mission and God's vision for us. And all this year, from this point on, we all will be trying our best to be salt and light for each other and for the world. This is club soda, but it's flat. I opened it up and stirred it up and got rid of most of the bubbles, so it's not quite as bubbly as this fresh one. It's flat. Whoa! Look at that. It came back to life. It came back to life. We need to be salt and light in this world and in this community, especially right now. We need to be enlivening when things are already exciting, and we need to help bring things back to excitement when they've gone a little bit flat. We need to be salt and light for each other. Our own Lynna, who is struggling right now after having a stroke, has always been our salt and light. I mean, she can certainly turn a salty phrase. I think that's fair enough to push the metaphor. But she's also cheery and light to all of us. And so our job for her right now, and for Ken and Sandy and her boys, and honestly for anyone who is struggling, feeling a little flat, having a little trouble, our job is to liven things up, to show that love and care and friendship can heal. And we need to be salt and light for our community. Our community needs us very badly. The economy is not creating jobs. It's pretty flat. People continue to suffer. Our kids sometimes feel like they don't have any hope or any options. Many people feel like they cannot get ahead. Addiction becomes tempting, difficult to fend off. Violence, domestic or communal, can erupt. And that's right here in our community. And in the broader world, in Africa, where Irene isn't here this morning, but where Irene has done a lot of work and where her heart lies, or in Bolivia, where I have a goddaughter, poverty continues to trap people in lives of fear and desperation and violence. In Pakistan as well. And so the people around us need us right here. The people in our community need us. And the world needs us. The world can so often alternate between a hopeless apathy and striking out in order to feel strong. And we are here to be different. We need each other. Our community needs us. And the world needs us. The world needs salt and light. When we meet today, think about leaders who will be salt, who will inspire us, who will make us try new things, who will make us reach out and be inspiring. When we talk about things that can seem flat and boring, when we talk about things like budgets and buildings and all of those important things, help us make choices that will make us a shining light. The choices that will draw other people to us. That will draw people to St. Stephen's. That will let our community know that when they come here with their struggles, they will find healing, hope, courage, and excitement.